All right, everyone, to respect everyone's time, we will go ahead and we will dive right in. So for today, we have on Diane Calix, and she is our onboarding supporting manager with eXp Realty. So I am going to hand it right over to her to go ahead and we can get started. We will do an open Q&A at the end for everybody, okay?
Amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. Let me go ahead and start sharing my screen here. All right. Now, before we get started, I also want to go ahead. I'll be going over some specific slides, presentation. It's going to be a very interactive session. However, if you want to follow along and look at my screen, that's totally fine. However, I also want to give you in this chat the link to this presentation. So if you want to go ahead and open it up, I just plugged it in now. It's the exptoolkit.com/slack-training. All right. Okay, perfect. Now, if you guys are seeing my screen, are you good? Okay, perfect. Well, hello and welcome to the Slack 101 training with myself, Diane Calix. Thank you for the lovely introduction. And just so you guys know a little bit more about onboarding as myself, right, as an onboarding support manager, I am overseeing onboarding desk. So basically, just so you guys know a little bit about onboarding desk, we have the onboarding department and then we also have the onboarding desk department as well. So the onboarding desk provides basically live sessions, live training for agents once they're activated. So I'll tell you a little bit more about that at the end. But again, we are here to support you guys, to provide you these live trainings, these live sessions, so you can get plugged in and comfortable with the tools and platforms that we offer here at eXp. So very excited to be here. And let's go ahead and just start talking a little bit of what we're going to go over today. All right, so we're going to definitely be going over a lot about Slack, right? How to log into your eXp agent community. That's going to be your workspace on Slack. We're also going to chat about the channels, which, right, we know of as group chats. We're also going to go over some communities that we could join, different channels, the Join One EXP, threads and huddles, resources, and more. So by the end of this, right, Slack training with me, you'll feel confident managing your account and just pick up on handy tips and tricks to make your experience even better with us. All right. So going into what is right about Slack, what is Slack? So Slack is a key platform for announcements, leadership updates, broker support, training invites, and networking with fellow agents. Think of it as your daily dashboard for staying in the loop and also right growing your business. Beyond just keep it basically just keeps you informed, right? It's very similar to what we used to use with workplace, right, where we were staying informed with all of the posts and announcements from EXP, right? So basically same concept, right? Slack helps you stay connected with all of the channels, aka group chats like we mentioned, that matter the most, from your state broker team to referral groups and communities, giving you direct access to resources, conversation, and collaboration opportunities that support your success every day.
Hey, Diane.
Now, yes.
Hi, it's Rosie. Just
Oh,
hi.
hello, Rosie. Hi, hi.
Hi. Just wanted to kind of preview. Just one comment is that one of the main reasons that I put this together is because I have had my own challenges with Slack, and I figured like, okay, if I have challenges, everybody else does too. I was so used to workplace chat, and it was great. Unfortunately, just so that everybody in the room knows, it wasn't our decision, our being EXP, it was actually Facebook who discontinued the product, and therefore we had absolutely no choice, but we had to come off of that. So now, because I've had to level up and learn a few things, I'm actually excited because I know that it has different functionality that I did not know existed or did not exist with workplace chat, like creating huddles and task lists. And like, I can actually like call somebody. I've called a few people with the system. So I just wanted to preview the conversation or this training by letting you guys know that I feel your pain because I was used to workplace chat and it wasn't our decision. It was Facebook who removed it. And that Slack actually has lots of really cool things that I'm now discovering. So thank you, Diana, for being here, Diane. And I can't see your beautiful face. I don't know if you, yeah.
Yeah, I was
Didn't-
having some camera issues, but I'll try. No,
Yeah.
but thank you. Thank you for having me, you guys.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Sounds good.
Alrighty. Here in this slide, you guys, you do have access to the Slack toolkit, which basically provides you great informations if you want to just check that out later on, explore it. Here you have information videos, us promoting, right, the Slack training that we have Monday through Friday for this month. And it's going to be offered, just to keep that in mind. If you guys, I know we're recording this, but if you want that refresher in the future, we'll be offering this till November 21st, right? So check that out if you like as well, and explore the page. Now, let's get into it, you guys. I want to know, before I jump into the logging into your EXP agent community, how many of you have explored and logged in already or tried to? Okay, I see some hands up. Okay. Okay, well, do not worry, right? That is why we're here. We're going to get you plugged in. No worries at all. So for the EXP agent community, so basically you should have received an email with the subject to welcome to the Slack EXP agent community, or another one subject, there's a new subject line where it's called "You're in, join the EXP Slack agent community today," which is a screenshot, right? You see here to the right side. Now, if you don't see this email right in your email inbox, please also check your spam or junk folder. It may get missed in another side there. But that's totally fine, right? Because in this section here, we're gonna definitely be going over the step by step. So if you haven't already, let me go ahead and plug that in on here. I'm gonna send you the direct link so we could plug in together and get signed in. So bear with me real quick. All right. I'm trying to find, okay, the chat. Perfect. All righty. So I just put in the chat box here, the direct sign up link, right? So again, I was talking about an email. If you didn't go through these steps, this is what the email looks like, right? We talked about welcome to the Slack EXP agent community, or that other subject line. So within this body of the message, you're going to see a click here to join, right? That was probably the steps you took. Now, basically, it will take you to the same direct page that I plugged into the chat box, right? So it's going to take you to this page where it's going to prompt you to, in this section, you're going to type in your EXP email alias, right? And click on the correct domain, whether if that's exprealty.com, we have commercial, international, whatever that is, right? In this case, we are logging in again to the EXP agent community. So I'm assuming, right, most of you are going to be the exprealty.com. So make sure in this step with me, it is an interactive session with you guys. So I want to make sure you are logging in and participating. So in this moment, just make sure to start plugging in those credentials and log in. So as you see, once you plug it in and you click on continue, you're going to get two different prompts for confirmation, right? So make sure you confirm your email. Again, it's going to be, I believe, 2 confirmation emails. So once you get the first one, right, and then you get the other one for the EXP agent community. So keep that in mind, because once you've done those 2 confirmation, it will basically give you access, right? You're automatically logged into the Slack account, which we'll be seeing right now.
Diana, I have a question.
Yes.
Since we are, this is an interactive session. I previously had a Slack with my business email, my other one. And so Slack Does it connect both? Because I can log in with either. So can you tell me how that works?
So okay, so when you logged in,
Mm.
which credentials did you use again?
Um, I I did I did both. I logged in with my old one that I had, and then I also logged in with my EXP email. So it seemed to connect them or link them. I just wanted to ask that question. Like if you've had a previous account, how does that work?
I would definitely just, if you do run into any issues, definitely reach out to the support team on here, but it should be your current email, EXP email alias for your credential login. Okay. All righty, you guys. And then just want to pause a moment here and give me some emojis or in the chat if you are logged in. And making sure, I want to point this out as well. Once you sign in to the top left, right? If you're looking at my screen, I'm hovering over. You should see the black square with the white EXP logo. So like basically if you hover over it, you could see which workspace are you currently signed in, right? We want to make sure you are currently signed in to the correct one, which is the EXP agent community. Now I've had agents where they're asking like, "Hey, I'm not seeing the same as you and your end. I'm connected to an EXP Realty workspace community," right? So this is the moment where before we go into those scenarios, making sure you guys are plugging into the correct community, which is EXP agent community, not the EXP Realty. So again, pausing, making sure you guys are good to go and are signed in. Okay. All right, perfect. All right, so now that you are signed in, I want to first go over to the left side of this section of your account. So here we have the home tab where basically, right, you're going to see all the any channels that you're auto added, and we'll go into that next. And then the next thing we're going to have here is DMs, any specific DMs you're sending to a specific agent or an EXP employee. Then we have our activity center, where you could see any activities that you are, whether if it's a message being sent in a channel that you are added to, or if you are tagged into a channel or a DM, you'll see any activities on this section. And keep in mind, you have different tabs. So you have the all tab, the at mentions, if there's mentioning, at channel is mentioning everyone at once, like tagging everyone, or if they're tagging you specifically, this would be the section. Threads, I'll show you a little bit about threads, but that's more of keeping all of your conversations organized in one message, so that it doesn't get lost in between. Then we also have reactions. If there's a post going out and they're hearting it, if they're reacting to it with emojis, that's where you're going to see that tab. And you could also categorize it. If you see here, you could toggle unread. So you could stay, again, organized, making sure you don't miss anything at all on your end for the activity section. Now we do have a file section here, a save for later. Let's say if we are looking into an announcement, let's pretend like here we save this one, right? They're promoting EXP News, they're basically promoting EXPCon, which is coming up. We all know it in Miami. And you know, they posted this on August 28th, but for some reason I was so busy, I was not able to read it. And I wanted to make sure I looked into every little detail later on, because I wanted to make sure to come back to this message. So this is when we use that save for later, right? So if we toggle that on, it will appear in this section. So just to give you an idea of how that could work for you in the future. Like, oh, this, like if they send you a request, like, oh, Diane, can you update this video? Yes, I just saw it. I'm in a meeting. Let me save it for later so I could come back to that and I don't forget, right? And you could remove it from later once you're done and once it's completed. So keeping those on if you want to stay organized and, you know, stay alerted for a specific announcement. Now, I also want to talk about, oh, what is this? It's actually, okay, perfect. Sorry, I had a pencil right where I was going to touch. Okay, so right where I was going to click. So right here to the bottom, we see to the bottom left, we're going to see your profile picture, right? Whether you have a picture or not. But I want to touch base on a few things here. First thing is going to be the status. So here it's pretty awesome because you could basically categorize and update your status if you are vacation, if you are in a meeting, you could definitely add that and customize it, whether that's going to be this week, today, 4 hours, choose the time and date. This is going to be your status section for you could alert, the others if you are in or you're not in or vacation, etc. Now, another important section I want you to see is the preference. So clicking in preference, I want to go over the notifications. There's a lot of different sections here. As you can see, we have navigation, home, appearance, but I want to focus on the notification section just because here, I believe, right, was it in workplace? I believe you got auto added to the notifications. However, here, I don't believe you get auto added. So we want to make sure you get alerted and you stay in the know, right? And it's pretty awesome because you could customize it. There's different sounds that you could select from. There's different customization for days if you want to get alerted, weekdays, custom every day. So you could set that up, to your preference, which is pretty cool as well. But making sure those notifications are turned on, and again, you don't miss any announcements from us. All right. Now, I know at the moment we are going over the browser version. However, we recommend you downloading the mobile app. So you could stay connected on the go, whether if you're, on the go in an open house, doing some errands, you get those notifications on your phone. So if you have a moment now, you could simply scan the QR code for your device. Left side is Apple, right side is Android. You do have access to this presentation, so you could always refer back and scan it at your own time later on and get that set up on your phone. But right now, as I mentioned, we are viewing the browser version, so we'll stick with that. You'll still learn great tips and tricks on how to use Slack with us. Now, I want to talk about some key terminology and channels that you'll most use. Now, talking about channels, right? We talked about these are topic-based chat rooms known as group chats, right? That I'm sure you guys have many outside of here. DMs are direct messages, threads keep conversations organized. At mentions, right? You notify specific people like you do on social media when you tag, right? Pin messages, we saw an example. Well, actually, the example we saw later was later, but pin messages are important save notes, right? Channels you'll most use. Now, to the right side, these are your must join channels. The announcements for company-wide updates, your state channel, which is crucial. That's where broker updates, local events, and state-specific guidance live happen, right? So keep in mind that you are auto added to specific channels. Like I said, the state broker team. So you're auto added to that one. You're auto added to the announce EXP announcements, support Slack as well. And you have different channels to explore that you're not auto added. So we'll go into that as well and see some examples like EXP Latino or even referral networks. So we'll keep exploring as we go. All right. So speaking of that, right? Some communities, some additional channels that we have in Slack. I wanted to point out the Join One EXP resource channel. Now I want to go back and just chat about the communities. We're at EXP, we're very proud to showcase these vibrant communities where EXP agents can connect, collaborate, and grow together. Now, each group brings like-minded individuals together to share experiences, build relationships, and support one another both personally and professionally. Now, the links on this slide is live. They're clickable, so you could always refer back and click through them, and it will take you to that specific Slack channel if you want to join that community. Now, if you want to know a little bit more about the communities, right, before you join any Slack channels, you could definitely check out our benefits and resources course. In this section, we do highlight all of the communities within OneEXP, and you could see check that out, explore whenever you have a moment, what that entails, what do we have here, what upcoming events, and see if you want to join that Slack community. All right, you guys. I'm trying to move my presentation. Okay, perfect.
EXP Latino, everybody join. It's like the best. Just throwing that in.
Yes, EXP Latino, and I heard, right, you guys always have EXP Latino night and EXPCon 2 coming up very soon. So we get to highlight all of these different activities for each community. So yeah, be sure to check it out and join. Join them, please. All right, you guys. So now that we saw a little bit about, right, the communities and a little bit about, right, the left section of your account, we want to explore the channels. We want to explore the tips and tricks, right? That's why you guys are here. So starting off, remember when I told you that you were auto-added to specific channels, right? Now, I want to go into and just start with the search bar, because in this moment, I want to start organizing these channels with you guys. And I want to, at the moment, if you see to the left side, obviously I have a few channels on here as we've been providing these trainings to agents and creating different things on here. We've been added to multiple, but I'm sure in your left section, you're already added to a few channels, right? And you're probably wondering, how do I get organized, right? We're going to start starring these channels, right, with me over here. So using your search engine, I'm going to take your, for example, your state channel, for example. So I'm going to use Florida. So let's pretend again, if you are licensed in Florida, if you're licensed in New York, you're going to look for your state channel. So it's going to be US Corp Florida state group. So I'm going to go ahead for Florida. And again, as I mentioned, this is going to be the channel, the group chat, right? As you guys know, where they're going to be posting about your state announcements, sharing training, sharing resources, right? So this is an important channel. You want to make sure you star, right? So how to star a channel, we're going to click to the top right, these three dots right here, we're going to click on it. And then from here, you should see, this is an interactive session. So I want you guys to start with me, right? So we're going to get organized together. We're going to click on Star Channel. And then as soon as I start it, there's a whole section that populates to the left side and it's called Starred. Now, if you don't have anything starred at the moment, this section doesn't exist, right? It will only exist as soon as you start starring at least one channel. So we just starred your state channel. This is the important channel. You want to stay in the loop and you want that to be front on top, right? And you never miss an announcement. Now, another channel you don't want to miss is Announce EXP Announcement. This is another channel that you're auto added to. We talked about, right? They mentioned EXPCon here. They announce a lot of other, international, what was it? Oh, Bigger Energy. So making sure you are also tagging this channel as well. So I'm going to go ahead and start this channel with you. Oh, they have Hispanic Heritage Month. Rosie, you were just promoting EXP Latino, right? So, hey, this is a message I want to save for later. That's an example, right? I want to check it out. Okay, another channel that we want to make sure that you are starring is support Slack. So this is where, let's say if you have anything related Slack questions or issues or requests that you want to throw in here, this is going to be your channel for that. And we want to make sure you star. As you see you have other agents or even EXP employees, right, reply back. But just making sure you are using this channel for all things Slack related. Okay, so I'm going to star that channel. So if you're looking at my left side, the starred section is starting to build out, right? We have announce EXP announcements, support Slack. We have your state channel starred. Now, we gave an example of the different communities, right? I'm going to take the example Rosie gave. So if you haven't joined, right, if you go to your search bar and you put community, you could start seeing all the different communities that we have. And we talked about it. We showcased it, right? The Latino, women's impact, Black, capable, right? Asian. So I'm going to take EXP Latino, for example. This is going to be a same concept, right? You don't want to miss any announcements or even, right, interacting between agents, right? And collaborating and networking with each other. We want to make sure we star this. If this is a community you want to join and you want to stay in the loop. So I'm going to go ahead and start EXP Latino. And then not only that, but I talked about referrals, right? I know you agents, some of you love doing some referrals, and we did have that on the other side. But keep in mind, same over here, we have referral channels. So I'm going to take, for example, EXP, the Florida one, right? I want to join that channel. We do have a channel for each state. So for any referrals that you're looking into, we could do New Jersey, right? If that's a channel that you want to join for referral. So keep that in mind. We have a referral channel for each state. Okay. Now we talked about searching for your channels, starring your channels, but you're probably wondering, how do I create a channel, right? So this goes to the next task here. Oh, well, actually, before I go into that, if you want to ever unstar a channel, same concept, you could either right click and you could unstar, or same way with the three dots, you could use the three dots inside that channel and unstar and star.
Hey, Diane, may I ask a quick question about the referral channels?
Yes.
Do we need to join that group the way we did in Workplace and wait for somebody somewhere to allow us into that channel? Or can we just hop in?
I believe,
Because that was a big problem with Workplace, is they finally caught wind and figured out not to let people, for example, that weren't licensed in California join the regular California group, and then they would create a new California referral group, but then you had to submit a request to join the group, be approved, and days would go by before we could get our referral even posted, let alone filled. And that put us at a significant disadvantage when competing for referrals.
Okay, well, let me double check. I know I was already, as we were doing the trainings, we've been giving examples and joining as we go along. But for example, this one I have not joined. This is probably going to be the view when you guys are looking into a channel to join, right? To the bottom, you're going to see either a button for details and then the green button for join channels. So if we click on join channel, I believe I got auto added tests. Yeah, this is me. If you want to go ahead on your side and try to join a referral channel with us and then keep me posted. But from my side, it
No,
looks
that's great. That looks perfect. It's clear that we can join and it's all automatic. Thank you so much.
Oh, of course, you're welcome. Yeah, keep me posted if you run into any issues, okay? Oh, it looks like Diana, you have your hand raised as well.
I do. I've been trying to actually find, I think it was, forget the name of the group, Express Offer Community. And I can't find it when I go into the search bar to join it. And then also to do the certification, it's got this whole other window. I don't know if that's separate, but when you go on to the website, it has this link, but it doesn't, it takes you to Marketplace. It doesn't take you here. So I couldn't find it yesterday.
Are you referring to this specific channel?
Maybe the new channel, but because when you go from in the EXP, course information and all the other items, it takes you still to Marketplace. So I was wondering where it was here in Slack, and I couldn't find it here in Slack yesterday when I was trying to find it. So it's under US Solution Express Offers. So it's a little different than, maybe that's why I couldn't find it.
And is that a private channel?
Doesn't, I mean, it's private. You have to join it, and then you have to do the certification to be able to use the express offer features.
Got it. Maybe if we stay behind, we could look into that one and double check in the back end and ask if anything.
Yeah, I just thought it was strange because it took me to Marketplace and it just kind of hit a wall yesterday. So this class came timely.
Yeah, that's very weird. Okay, no, we'll definitely look into that.
Appreciate it.
Okay. All right, you guys. So we're gonna create a channel. Let's go ahead and let me move this to the bottom. Okay. So let's go ahead and create a channel. There's two ways to do that. Now we're gonna we could do this if you're in your home tab, right? Clicking on it. All the way down, if you scroll all the way down, there's gonna be a section of apps, right? Labeled apps. Now, under apps, you're gonna have an option where it says grid connection. So that's where you're gonna be creating the channel. Now, if you're like, oh my gosh, I have a lot of channels, I don't know where the app is, I can't get to grid connection, that's totally fine. What we've been doing is using our search engine, same concept. We could literally just type in grid connection and it's gonna take you to the same page. Wait, sorry. It's gonna take you, okay, the app. It's gonna take you to the same page in the app. So once you are in this section, you have different buttons here. You have manage channels, which, right, you could always rename your channels, aka group chats. You could change the permissions, change the settings and all of that in the back end. So you could definitely be managing those channels, right? Rename the channel, remove members, add channel managers, transfer ownership, invite members, right? These are all the channels we've created, right, as we're giving these trainings, because we want to do it live with you guys so you know what the process is on how to create a channel. Now, this is where you want to go, request a channel. You got to go through this whole form, yes, but it gets auto approved, right? So let's start with the channel name. You got to type in your channel name, channel purpose, country, channel type, and who do you want in that channel group chat, right? So channel name, I'm going to go ahead and put test Calyx group. So let's pretend I want to create the channel for my group and I'm naming it test. Actually, yeah, it's going to just give me the dashes, so I'm not even going to add it. So I'm going to name it test Calyx group 787. Channel purpose, you have different options here. I'm assuming you guys are going to use either the chat or the team, right? But you could select from chat, events, marketing, networking, etc. I'm going to click on chat. Keep in mind that's going to trigger how it's going to generate. So if you click on chat, it's going to trigger chat in your generated channel name. And if you click on team, it's going to generate team on here. So if we click on chat, you'll see what I mean when I, proceed to the next step. Country, we want to go ahead. I'm going to select United States. Now here you see how it generated channel. So US, right? Because I selected United States, chat because I selected chat here. And then my name, my channel name, test Calyx group 787. Now, do we want this to be a searchable channel where everyone could, search and join your channel, or do we want it to be private, right? I'm going to do private just because I want specific people on here. Now I'm going to do an example of just adding my actual staff on the other side. I'm adding my leads on the other side, they know I'm in here, so they're probably gonna know I'm doing a test. Okay. Froze on me. Okay. Perfect. So from here, oh, I added her agent. Okay, perfect. So from here, these are going to be the team members I want. You do see here 99 max, but you're able to add more. So you could disregard this, right? When you're creating a channel. Now you could, again, you could start like this and you could add more to your channel afterwards. So I'm going to click on next. And then this is just a prompt, making sure you are aware of like your channel name, you're confirming it, you're going to click on submit. When I click on submit, there's going to be two, if we remember the activity section to the left side, there's going to be two notifications coming to me. So again, it's going to get auto approved. So when I click on submit, this is what you're going to see. Okay, see the number two. Okay, perfect. So you get this notification. The first notification is just a copy of your request, right? Of the grid connection. We received your request, channel name, etc. Then above it is letting you know, hey, this is your channel. It's been created. So again, it gets auto approved your channel and you have access to just manage it from there. Now, this is how your channel looks like, you guys. If you hover over here to the right side, you get to see these are the team members that I selected to be on this channel. All right. And within this channel, you do have different options. I know Rosie mentioned the huddle. We'll go into that next very soon. But you have different options from here. One thing I want to show you guys is the canvas, if that's something you ever want to create. Now it gets auto added in a channel, like in this section, if you are changing the tab from message tab to welcome to your new channel. This is a canvas, right? And you're probably wondering, what is a canvas? What can I use it for? So I always show you like where to find it once a channel is created. And I also love showing you guys an example of what you could use it for. So if I go into Canvas, oh, where is it? Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Huh, okay. So I'm gonna teach you guys from scratch. The example I gave was basically one that I use with my team for our internal Slack channel. But it basically, I could recreate it easily. It basically looks like this. So like once you have this canvas, right, you could add a cover. So you could, whether if that's a picture of your team, a logo of EXP, whatever that is, you could add it if you want. Now, if you don't want, that's totally fine. But this is basically where anyone who's in this channel has access to see this canvas. Look at it as like a document, right? That is saved within the same channel as reference. So for my internal purposes, I like adding like a summary of the channel on here. Like, what is the purpose of this channel? Is it for our team channel? Are we going to be discussing important information, updates? You could give a little small description of what that is. But another thing is, who is like, if as you're creating a channel, you're adding more agents to this channel. And in the future, you'll keep adding agents and they may not know who would be the point of contact for that specific channel, who would be the team leader or the next point of contact if they're on vacation, for example, right? You could build something out here, right? You could customize it to your preference, right? So for my internal side, right, we have a section of like point of contacts for our team members, our EXP employees. And we have like manager, right? We have manager, leads, senior. And that way they know for any new hire we have, right? They know who is the manager. And then if Diane's out, okay, we're going to reach out to leads. Who's that, right? It's just direct access to get into them, right? So if you click, oh, and let me show you this too. But if you look to the bottom center, you get to see the different options, different features you have. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the green plus button to insert, and you have different options, whether record video, audio, right? What I want to try out with you guys for this section is a profile. So I'm going to click on profile, and I want this channel to know that I am the, let's say, point of contact, team leader, manager, whatever you want to call it, for this channel, right? So then it is plugged in there, and they could always just refer back and have all of my details on here. Now, if I want them to also know, like, hey, if I'm not available, I'm gonna add on here my lead so that they know, right? I'm start building this out. It's pretty customizable too, so I could start adding like all of my leads on here, right? So I'm gonna add Betty Menendez. So from there, again, you start customizing your channel on what you want that to look like. Now, if you have important resources, information, or even meeting invites or Zoom links like this one that you want to save and it's always on the go, you could put, right, meeting Zoom link. You could put it like that and just paste the URL completely. Or, right, if you want to just hyperlink it, easy direct way to go without the whole link like this, you could just do meeting Zoom link, right? Make sure that's all selected and click on paste, and it just hyperlinks it, right? So again, there's different features here where you could customize to your preference, your channel. Hopefully you could take advantage of it. Again, I have a few of these channels created for my team on our side. So feel free to explore and create your canvas. Now, keep in mind too, for your version, for your Slack version, you do only have one canvas available included. However, if you want to add, say if you have like 5 channels and you want to create, or if you don't even have a channel, you just want to create a canvas, which you could just let the support team know, and they could basically give you access to another canvas. All right, any questions so far? All right, so we saw a little bit of how to create a channel, how to create a canvas. Okay, let's go into Threads and Huddle. Now we talked a little bit about it. We touched on it, right, earlier, but right, let's talk about it. Threads keep conversations organized inside a channel. Instead of flooding the main chat with replies, you can click on reply in the thread and keep all related messages together on the side. It's like keeping the conversations in one folder, right? And huddles, on the other hand, right? There are, as Rosie mentioned, it's just a Slack quick voice calls. They're lightweight, no scheduling or links needed. Actually, before this meeting, I sent a message, Megan, right? I'm like, hey, are you available for a quick huddle? As soon as she replied back, well, we went on a huddle, we chatted about this meeting. We're like, okay, we're good to go. I'm ready to present, right? So it's just a quick, let's pretend it's a quick Google Meet, right? Let's get on a quick huddle. Let's chat about it. So we'll see that in action now. So let me go ahead and go into a channel real quick. Okay.
I have a quick question.
Yes.
If I have 3 or 4 people in a conversation, what is it that I would create? A huddle, a chat, a thread, or like what would I create?
I would create a channel
A
if it
channel.
if it works for you. I mean, you could create a DM, right, with certain amount of people, but it does limit you to an extent. I feel like channels are better because you could name your channels, right? And it stays organized. And if you ever need to build into that channel and add more people, it won't limit you to where, like, if you start by creating a direct message between like 2 or 3 people, but then you have to loop in someone else, and then it's going to limit you. It's going to make you create a channel. So I would just go with the channel route if that works best.
Okay, and then just to recap, where do I do that? Here?
For the channel. So you could either go towards your home tab and go all the way to the bottom, making sure
Mm.
you're that app section, you're going to see the grid connection.
Is that where I would do it, or would I do it under channels if I wanted to create a channel?
Oh, no, no, no. So you'll do it under grid connection right here. So clicking on grid connection, and then from here, once you're in this page to the right side, you're going to click on request channel.
Okay. And then when I'm done with it, let's say it's a project, then how do I can delete the channel?
Unfortunately, if we go into manage channels, you guys could do everything but delete a channel. You could remove the members, but when it comes down to deleting a channel, you're gonna have to reach out to the support team so that they could will delete the channel for you.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. Okay.
Yes, yes.
All right, I've got another quick question, Diane.
Yeah.
If our team has a virtual assistant, overseas or otherwise, and they're not an EXP agent, are we able to invite them to participate in Slack?
They do not have like the EXP credentials like as a TC would have.
That's correct.
I don't believe so. I believe it would have to be, I'll double check with the support team, but it does have to be within like the EXP, like agent community with the credentials for the EXP.
Okie dokie, thank you.
Of course, you're welcome. All right, so talking a little bit about threads, right? So let's go back to EXPCon Miami, you guys. I'll be there, 40-minute drive from Fort Lauderdale. But I saw this post, we saved it. We want to make sure we are keeping in the loop. But if you hover over any message, right? If you look to the right side, you see emoji icon. You see chat, which is if you hover over, it's called reply in thread, which is the one we want to use. And you also have forward message, save for later, etc. If you want to forward this message, like, oh my gosh, Rosie, I'm going to forward this to you. You don't want to miss it, EXPCon, right? We forward it on. But reply in thread. Now, when you reply in a message, right, it goes to the bottom, all the way to the bottom, right? And it could get lost if there's, messages going back and forth between other people. But a thread, it stays organized. So like, let's say, for example, I clicked on the chat icon, right? Reply back to thread. And it says here, opens, if you realize you have the left chat and you have the right chat. So the right chat is just replying back to that specific thread announcement. So I'm gonna click on test, right? Very excited to go to EXPCon, right? So if you go over here to the left side, the main announcement, you could see, right, there was one reply. So you could always refer back to it and see who replied back to that specific announcement. Again, instead of populating all the way over here, this announcement was back like a few weeks ago, right? So we don't want it to get lost. And that is the beautiful part of threads, right? Not getting lost. Now, if we want to go ahead and do a huddle, whether to a specific agent, let's pretend I'm gonna huddle Rosie on the other side, whether if that's Rosie or Megan picking up in the other side. But for the huddle, you guys, to the right side, now you see a headphones icon. This is where you're gonna huddle with someone. Again, if let's say I need to chat with Rosie. Are you available for a quick huddle? And the other side, she's gonna say, yes, absolutely. That's like my green light. I use this with my team all the time where, we need to interact back and forth. just to get confirmation. So let's pretend, right? She replies back, yes, let's jump on a huddle. This is where you're going to click on this icon, headphones icon. And it's going to trigger you to, well, to the left side, you'll see it, right? I opened it up to another tab on here, and it's going to have you basically wait on, I'm going to mute myself here, basically wait on that person to join the huddle.
Want me to
It
answer?
Yeah, you could, you could answer. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, so you see how, oh, you wanna, okay, perfect. Oh, let me, okay, mute it. I muted over here. Okay, so you see how it was grayed out because we were waiting for her to join, and now it's right. She joined, so now it looks like this. So now same concept as like a Google Meet or a Zoom, right? You could unmute, you could share your camera on, you could share your screen if you wanted to, right? With Rosie. You could do emoji reactions, right? If you want to like be that person. I know I am in meetings. And if you and you also have different notifications. Keep in mind that huddle in Slack is just one-to-one huddle with an agent or an EXP employee. You're not allowed to do a group huddle like in a channel if you wanted to. So keep that in mind as well. You know, it does give you the option, right? Invite people, and it has the label as pro. However, right now you guys do not have the pro version, and it's not something that you can upgrade to. So just letting you know, if you get that pop up, or if you're trying to explore a different route or trying to get that added, I'm just letting you know as well. All right, so I am done chatting with Rosie. She left the huddle. I'm going to leave the huddle. I'm going to click on red. Okay, that red button. Perfect. So let's go ahead and go back into our presentation real quick. Okay. So just recapping, right, before we close out, here are the best practices to remember. So logging in daily so you don't miss updates. Use the search bar, right? We used it a few times today. Instead of scrolling, if you're wanting an easy route, just go for the search bar. Check pin messages for key links, turn on those notifications, right? Make sure you get those star channels if you didn't do it with me, right? You star those important channels. Join the right channels to stay connected. We saw a few examples earlier. Create channels, right? We saw that in action. If you want to create a channel, start creating it, right? And make sure you add the Slack support channel, right? That's where you could find helpful training videos and one-pagers as well. And also, right, don't forget to click on the state resources and state Slack channel links that are also, I'll put that on here, but actually I'll put that right here so that you get plugged into each state as well. All right, so before we close off, you guys, I also want to remind you guys that we have additional training available in EXP University. Now, this is our hub for agent training, whether you're a brand new agent or an existing agent. Attracting new agents to EXP, right? You want to point them to the new agent roadmap inside EXP agent community. We have so many trainings in EXP, but when it comes down to a new agent, this is where you want to lead them. Again, we are the onboarding desk department, and our department are in charge of these live agent startup session offered in English and Spanish. But this is going to definitely benefit them, just getting them plugged into their essential tools and platforms, making sure that they are aware on how to sign into my EXP, SkySlope, Slack, EXP World, Canva. This is where you want to send them, right? We've had over 19,000 agents attend our session, whether that's for realty or for commercial, or even our team sessions, which we've partnered with Growth and Team Services.
Can I jump in here really quickly? Because
Yeah.
guys, if you hear, you could see where is this. If you just go to your browser and go EXP Realty, EXP University, right? EXP Realty University. it'll take you to this university landing page, just like you would search like a web page, right? So you go to the EXP University, and what I wanted to highlight, we're talking about some of the, resources for onboarding, but what I want you to be more aware of is that the live programs that we now have. So you guys, if you guys have newer agents or agents that really, haven't taken real estate, full blown, maybe they've been part-time or whatever it is, or you've got people that want to join your team, but you don't have time to do all the basic, this is how you run your business training, that's FastCap. And there's every session, there's over 1,000 people that participate. And after the 6-week live program, which is 1 hour, 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, they have one in the morning, they have one in the evening. But the stats on that are that at the end of those 6 weeks, those who graduate have over 6.8 people, signed buyers or sellers like in contract, and like 3 escrows. So it does work. They have an accountability partner. They get to have that live, instruction, and they do action items within the class. So it's really, really good. Anybody who wants to grow, okay, this has never been around, and I am enrolled in Fast Attract. So that's the second thing right there that you see. And Fast Attract is for people who says, hey, I'd really love to grow and take advantage of the fact that I can partner with EXP, and I can help, be a part of the growth, and also be able to build a legacy. So the Fast Attract program is also a 6-week program. We're in the middle of week 3 right now. It is so good. I think one of the best parts about it is that you're with all the people who are feeling the same way you are. Like, how do I get started? Like, how do I do this? I'm not sure what to say. What is it that we offer again at EXP? How do I, like, all those things. Plus you get to meet the growth team, which we now have like company staff. They're basically there to help you recruit. So that's, if we go to the live programs, that's Fast live program. Yeah, Fast Attract. So those are the ones that I wanted to really highlight. Really, really encourage you. I will probably sign up again because it's a really great accountability for me. Also, but if you're just a solo agent and you want to do some of the other things that we do have like the team mastery for agents that are, top producers. So live program would be solo. I think if you go back to that tab really quickly, we have the team mastery if you're growing a team, elite solo mastery. Yeah, just keep it there. Yeah, elite solo mastery. And this is if you're like a solo agent, but you want to grow. That's led by Leo Pareja and also Jared James. And then we also have the other ones here that I have trouble looking at.
CRM of choice and live agent startup sessions as well.
So guys, this is EXP 2.0. This did not exist last year. Like 9 months ago, this stuff was not here. It's really good. The kind of training that is now available. And I love that it's, we have some recorded stuff too, the on demand, but I like the fact that, like, hey, if you're going to jump on one of these calls, you're going to be, talking to, Leo Pareja himself and stuff like that. Okay, so I think we're over time now, and I've got to jump on another Zoom. Anybody have some final questions? Any final questions? I will have one person to give a testimony who just jumped on, Deborah. Deborah, tell us really quickly. We were talking about Fast Attract just now.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
You want me to share my experience? Or?
Oh, just a 60-second, your thoughts on the Fast Attract program.
Oh, well, I think it's incredible. This is my second go around with it, and it truly is an actionable playbook. So what's been introduced this time around versus the first is the last 20 minutes of the class, you're actually hands-on making the calls, sending the text, doing, and so it's truly a space where you can grow and increase impact. And with that, I will say, after yesterday's, we locked in a total of 3 more appointments this week. So just a little
Yeah.
testimonial. It does work.
Yeah. And for anybody here, I'm assuming just about everybody here is probably part of my group at some level. You know, you'll see me in there as well. I think it's a great program. And every time I'm in there, I'm like, I remember something that I forgot because I've been here for like 7 years. And I'm like, oh yeah, we do that. Or I'm learning something that we have that I have not taken advantage of or shared with my group. So make sure to sign up for the next one. The next one is going to be in November. It's really, really good. Diana, thank you so much. I just hijacked your presentation.
No, you're good. Thank you. Thank you
Yes.
for having me. I really hope you guys participated, got to, enjoy learning some cool tricks and tips, and got to learn a lot about Slack. And hopefully you get to join a few communities, check it out, explore, create channels, and we're here for you. And let us know if you need anything at all. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You guys have a good
Thank you,
one.
everybody. Oh, the
Bye.
recording. Megan, this recording will be on YouTube. We'll have it up in 24 hours and we'll send anybody registered the link. I know that Jamie Dirty wanted it in particular. So
Yeah, definitely. Please send us that link so we can share it with the rest of our revenue share group people.
awesome, Ian. Nice to see you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. And for that one person who had that question, who was it for the Slack channel for earlier?
Oh, I think that was Diana Marquez.
Okay, got it. All right. I'll
Yeah.
try. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Thank you. All right. Bye-bye.